Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this course Certification in Quantity Surveying. Now let us start with the actual analysis of the rates that we are going to have. So let us first of all learn what exactly the rate analysis is all about. Then let's move to the calculation part also. First one, as we all know, it's a process of determining the concerning factors contributing to the valuation of particular atom. So what exactly the rate analysis has to say, that it is the process of determining the factors which actually contribute to the cost of that particular item. So in a simple way, if I want to calculate the cost of any concreting, okay, so I must be in a position to know how much amount of cement I am going to need, how much sand, how much aggregates, how much water, and the manpower, machinery, etc. Everything that I'm going to need, and what are the rates that are related to those materials. So ultimately, they combinedly together will give the total cost of concreting. As a concrete is a part of small other quantities, so I need to merge them together. So rate analysis is all about first of all segregating all that quantity, differentiating all that quantity into small ones, then again combining it together. So that is all the rate analysis is. It helps to determine the rate of a particular atom by considering, studying, and analyzing the rates for the individual small atoms into it, as we have already discussed. This is the process which gives the idea of the involvement of the various factors, then tools and machineries, manpower, and that is the services. So whatever the components are involved into there, I come to know about that, and what the rates of those components are there, I just observe that. So with the help of that, I do the rate analysis of the products. Then what is the purpose of the rate analysis? The first one and the most important one, it helps in a quick decision making. So now as we have decided we need to make a 5 m cube of a concreting, so I must be in a position to know that how much amount of money I do have, whether I do have that amount of money to purchase the concrete, cement, sand, aggregate, manpower, machinery required for 5 m cube of concreting. So if I do have that, all the supplies with me, then and then only I can proceed to go for execution of 5 m cube. So it helps in a quick decision making. Next one, it is used to determine the actual cost of the item per unit. Okay, so as we have discussed, suppose the brickwork is to be done, and for the brickwork I know I need a mortar, and for mortar I need a cement and sand and water, and bricks are the main components of the brick masonry, right? So for the brick masonry, calculate the every unit item, rates of that every unit, whatever is involved into that brick masonry. Then it helps in economical processes. The first one is that, as we have discussing about the project management itself. Now there are certain activities which I need to give a more focus on. There are certain activities which I can put a delay into. So the economical process and economical analysis is all about understanding those activities, their needs, their essential supplies that I need to provide them at the instant, so that these activities are not going to cause any delay. So that analysis can be done with the help of rates also, right? So this is the amount of cement I have available on a site, and there are two different activities for that cement is been in a need of. So what I can do, whether I can provide for the critical activity or the simple one activity which is not critical. So that analysis can be done with the help of this one, that helps to find me out whether I should focus more on which activity. And then it helps to analyze the involvement of the materials, machinery, manpower, etc. in advance for getting ready for the execution, as we have discussed. Okay, now what are the importance and essential for the rate analysis? The first one is that the person who is doing the rate analysis has to have a good and sound knowledge of the construction activity. As a simple process of concreting itself, the concreting involves many thousand small things into it one. So like starting from the first of all calculating the quantity of cement and sand and aggregate, then those quantity mixing properly, whether it is following the proportion or not. Then while mixing it and placing on the concrete on the site, how the placing is taking place, whether the vibration is taking or not. Very small and minute processes are there, and these all processes contribute to the cost of that concreting. So what we need to do, we need to know, the person who is doing data analysis must know that these are those minute things they are contributing for the rates. So he must be in a position to know them soundly and with a good knowledge. we need to have the updated information of the cost of the material, labor, and equipment. Every now, if I'm using the rate, DSR of some to, previous 10 or 15 years, then there is no use. I need to know that what is the current DSR, what are the rates of the material and manpower and machinery are there. So based on that, the rate analysis done can be a proper one. And then I need to know the outputs of the manpower, labors and machineries. As we know, if I want to do 5 m cube of concrete, of concreting, then I need to know that what is the amount of machinery I need to have, what is the amount of manpower I need to have, okay, and what are their outputs. So I can suppose I want to complete a work in a 3 days itself. So in a 3 days, if I want to complete a 5 m cube of concreting along with everything, with finishing, excavation, and anything. So how much is the manpower that I'm going to need? How much of the machineries I'm going to need? And how much they do have the outputs of this thing. So that analysis is to be done previously. With the help of that only, the proper rate analysis can be done. So these are some of the basics of the rate analysis that are essential, and this is what the rate analysis is all about. So let us start actually calculating the quantities and the rate analysis from next onwards. With this, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.